second.
Okay.
I'm gonna tag you too on the live that I'm sharing. And then
Okay.
your information is also in the title of this live, so you're good. Hey guys, I don't know who's on. We can't see who's on, but thanks for tuning in. I do have a few, more than a few questions that people have pre-sent in for our guests. But as we're going through those questions, if you guys have more questions, please just type them in. As soon as I see them, I'll put them on the screen for her to answer. Share the live, tag some people in. This is Q&A with Krystal, Miss Krystal White. Ask her
Yes.
anything, relationships, friendships, anything dealing with life. That's what this live is about. So it's very random. Let's go ahead and get to our guest. So can you just do a brief introduction for everyone?
Yep. Hey everyone. My name is Krystal White. I am. I currently have a business right now, a personal stylist business. It's Krystal. My information should be in this post.
Yep.
Um, you guys can I don't have a website right now, but you can DM me. That's how I reply back to everyone, and it works just fine. So if you need anything done, any look, anything that's upcoming,
Yeah.
any event, I can style you. I'll get you together. You can follow my personal page too. I do write back on there, Krystal White, Krystal with a K, and let's talk.
Yep. And again, guys, for those that are tuning in and that will watch the replay, her personal page and her business page is in the link of this caption. So make sure you guys tune in and follow her on that if you're not already. And then you did just say you're a personal stylist. You did just have a fashion show you was in,
I
right?
did. I did with Kyra.
Yep.
Kyra's Closet. Yep, that was super fun. Yeah,
I
it was.
didn't make it, but I saw the live and I was like, "Oh my God, Krystal, yes, that one." It's like I tuned in right at you guys' category.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yes, I caught it at the right time." But yeah,
Mhm.
how was that with the styling?
It was good. It was my first like little fashion show competition thing, so I was nervous, and everything turned out good. Kyra did a good job with putting it together. Like
Yeah,
within 3 weeks, she kind of contacted everybody and put something together. It came together really good. The city was out there. My looks turned out good. My models were
yeah,
good, so it was
yeah.
a really good experience.
That's good. I think I heard she's doing another one too. I love it. Kyra is a really awesome person. I'm pretty sure a
She
lot of
is.
people follow her. Kyra Hardy or
Yep.
Kyra is it Kyra's Closet Boutique.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
awesome all the way around. I love what
She
she's
is.
doing. It's putting a lot of people on, giving them recognition, and just showing their brand and their creativity. I love it.
Yeah, me
So
too.
let's just go ahead, get into the questions. Before that, what
Yes.
made you actually want to choose to be on here?
Well, relationships is my thing. Let's just say that. I've been in one for 12 years. We got together when we were 17. We about to be 30, so I know a lot. I know a lot. We've been married for 4 years. I have friendships that I've been in for 20 plus years. I've been on my job a really long time, so I've close, made close friends there.
Mhm.
Family, I'm a good,
Yeah.
sister. I'm a mother,
Mhm.
cousin, all that. So I do relationships. I'm big on relationships. I'm big on communication. Um, One of my goals, actually, me and my husband, is to be marriage counselor. So that's like our 10-year goal.
Mhm.
So, I just want to put a little bit out there about me,
Right.
some stuff that can help some other people, friendships, marriage, girlfriend, boyfriend, anything
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So,
When you sent me your bio, I was like, this is awesome because I love it's not just about, and I don't know you guys' relationship personally. I just
mhm,
from what I follow you on Facebook,
mhm,
you just seem really genuine.
mhm,
And I said when I saw your bio, I said I love this because especially in the Black community, we need those examples.
Exactly.
I know sometimes a lot of people give up too easily, but then I know sometimes people stay too long, when they shouldn't. So I love
Mhm.
the fact
Mhm.
that you want to come on and actually give your wisdom and knowledge, especially being a Black woman. And
Absolutely.
I love that. Joshua Thomas, I'm not sure what those emojis are for. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
What's the emojis? I
I
can't
don't
see
know. I
them.
can't know what they are. I don't know. What are those, Joshua? So we can clarify what those are. Um, but yeah, I love that you came on here. I would love to one day, especially since you and your husband are trying to get into the marriage counseling, like you said.
Mhm.
I would love to actually sometime in the future when you guys schedule clear, have both of you guys on
Absolutely.
together.
Absolutely.
That would be lovely.
Absolutely. Mhm.
Okay. So on into our first question that was sent in to us. So how do you become a faithful woman?
Mm. Well, becoming a faithful woman, I would say, let's see, how I became a faithful woman. Really, it has to be something that you want to do. So it can't be like, you can't be doing it for somebody else, because if you doing it for someone else, like your guy, it's not going to work out right. If he just like, you need to be like this and all that, it's not going to work out. You have to want to become faithful.
Yeah,
You have to want to be submissive to your man. It's just something that you have to want to do. And you just, when you got the right one, there's no problem with cutting ties with anyone.
yeah,
You just cut all that out. You just cold turkey everybody, all your ex boos and all that. Especially if it's the right one, it won't be hard to do.
yeah.
So for me, it wasn't hard to do because he caught me when I wasn't in a relationship. So, you have people you talk to and all that. So it was easy for me to just let all that go because this is who I really want to be with,
Yeah,
and where see myself being with for a really, who I see myself being with for a really long time. So it wasn't hard. It was something that I wanted to do.
yeah,
So, and then another thing, you have to, the submissive part, being faithful, all that comes with it, being submissive to your man and kind of not just, I ain't gonna say, let's see, well, I don't want to say, just doing what he say, but it's kind of like doing what he says. It's your man. He runs the household now. So, and I'm speaking marriage.
yeah.
So, I'm speaking marriage. But when you're dating, you also start to practice this trait.
I
So
agree.
you know what to do when it's time, to become married. So it's just really something that you want to do if to become faithful.
I agree. Somebody actually sent in a question on submissive too, so we're actually going to get back to that.
Mhm.
I do agree. It's all in the person that you're with.
Mhm.
You cannot, if you're with somebody that you have to like basically stalk to mold to be who you are, maybe that's not the right person.
Absolutely.
Like you said, you have to be wholeheartedly willing to be faithful.
Mhm.
Man or woman, you gotta
Yep.
want it for that person. And then if you want it for that person, you have to be willing to cut off anything that jeopardizes. So I do agree with
Exactly.
you.
Yep.
Most of the time, the signs are in the beginning. So if
Mhm.
you're talking to someone who don't want to cut off, and I'm not saying so let's be clear, not to come in and oh well this person needs to go, that person needs to go, that person needs to go. That's an insecurity that person needs to work
Absolutely.
on if they're doing that.
Absolutely.
But if you know there's a person who been trying to get at you, flirt with you, hit on you, and get you out your element,
Mhm.
it's best you cut that person off if you don't want to jeopardize the person you're with. So I do agree with
Absolutely.
that.
Mhm.
So I love that you said that. Guys that are on, please share the live. Please tag somebody in. I do have a pile of questions for her. But you guys can go ahead and post some more questions as we're talking and as she speaks. Because so far we're only on question one, and she's gave a bunch of jewels already within that. So yeah, post them questions and I'll try to get to them the best as I can. Because as you guys comment, the screen is just scrolling up. So if I miss your question, please don't take it personal. Please don't take it personal. Okay, so then the next one, how do you stop comparing your man to other men and help build him up?
Mm, that was easy for me to do. That's up to the man, I would think. If he's coming with it, he on his, he got himself together. There's no comparison. You really don't, and that's something you find out in the beginning too. If this is not, you look for certain things when you're getting serious with someone. Is he going to be a good provider? Is he going to be, if something happens, is he going to step up to the plate and take accountability for me? All that. So you look for those things in the beginning, and then when you in a relationship or you're married or whatever, there's no comparison with no other man, because this man already doing everything that you need him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be any comparison. You build your man up by the smallest things will build a man up.
Mm-hmm.
His haircut looks nice.
Yeah.
Your smile is nice. Nice shoes. I like the way you stand, walk,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because men like to hear that stuff. So that's
Absolutely.
easy. That's not really. It's it doesn't take. It's not a hard work.
Mhm.
And you mean it. You mean what you say. So
I think it's for some, I think it's hard maybe because a lot of us are selfish, maybe not
okay.
intentionally, but unintentionally. It's always it's that thing where when we comparing somebody, it's almost like, okay, you could be doing 99 things right, but that
Mhm.
100th thing that you're not doing
Mhm.
right that really means something to us, I could see it overpowering, the 99, and then now you
Mhm.
just comparing your man, forgetting all the other stuff that he did, and building him up, like you said, on those things that matter. You taking that one thing that didn't matter or that he didn't do, and now you're just comparing everything based off that. So I
I
think that
get it. I get it. I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
I think that's with the selfish heart. Like for you, like you said, this is something you wanted. So a
Yeah.
lot of things wasn't hard for you to do. But with
Yeah.
someone who may be selfish, I could see it being hard, not
And don't
comparing.
don't don't get me wrong. I went through that. Just keep in mind when I'm talking, I'm speaking from. I've been in a relationship since I was 17, so I
Yep.
didn't really get. Yeah, and anything before that was a game. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So I didn't really get that break period
Yeah.
where, or that part of
Yeah.
my early growing, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
to
Yeah.
actually you know go through a whole lot of stuff. So when I
Right.
do speak, yeah, like give me a different
Mhm.
outlook on things, because I am talking from what I've went through, but I
Mhm.
do get it. I understand that. So that's a good point. That is a good point, because it can be just that one thing, and it has been that one thing that you just like, you know,
Yeah.
you notice it in somebody else, and then it's just like it's hard. It's hard to
Mhm.
look at all the good that they've been doing, and it's just that one thing that's bothering you. So I
Yeah.
do get it. I
And I
get
want to
that.
say, I'm glad that you're where you're at because I'm in my break, so I
Mhm.
love it that you can speak from your long term
Mhm.
consistent relationship
Mhm.
versus, okay, I'm divorced and I'm back out on the dating scene. So we
Oh,
giving
this
each
is
other,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
we giving each other, both sides of it. So I love it.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
I
this is
understand
great.
the aspect that you'll speak from, and then I'll be
Mhm.
like, okay, I'll bring it from mine. So it's good.
Exactly.
It's good. Dialect, so I'm
Yeah.
loving it. And I understand
Yeah.
where you're coming from. The
Right.
guests that are on, I'm sure you guys do too. Um,
Yeah.
but I do think I love how you said the building him up takes compliment his shoes, compliment his cologne, when he get that
Exactly.
haircut or
Yeah.
change up his hairstyle,
Yeah.
like maybe he want dress this time or
Mhm.
whatever it is. I don't think women realize that that's important for men. They may not voice it, but it
Mhm.
really is important, and that's a big part of building him up. It may be
Mhm.
better, in your opinion, for men, do you think it's better if you build them up with compliments versus buying them stuff?
Ab- Absolutely. Compliment.
Yeah,
Compliment.
yeah,
Because they're going to hear from somebody else. They not buying
yeah,
them nothing. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you really want to, if somebody else does compliment them, because I'm sure it happens,
yeah.
you want them to feel like they've already been told that they know
Right. Yes, yes. I agree.
Mhm.
That's a big, huge way to build people up. This is
Mhm.
not a question on here, so I'm not going to veer off into it. But just off what you said with that, how do you think attention? how do you think it's so easy for somebody to come in, to a relationship? It's that you're not giving them that compliment, and this, we only talk about people that's really committed to each other. We're not talking about people that
Exactly.
you knew was already, cheating
Right.
in the beginning. We ain't talking about that. But
This
it was,
ain't that.
yeah, we just talking about those who were literally committed, who made a choice like, yes, I'm gonna be with this person, whether it's my girlfriend, boyfriend, or spouse. But then over the time, things got dead, and somebody was able to come in and swoop somebody's attention. That
Mhm.
that cuts off on it. If you compliment
Mhm.
your man, your woman, like you just show them you are the bomb to me, I do believe that'll cut off a lot of getting
It
attention
will.
somewhere else.
It will. And
Yeah,
it be that simple.
yeah,
It'll be that simple for
yeah,
somebody to swoop in and try and get what's yours. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Just by them giving them, making them laugh,
yeah, exactly.
stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the next. So how do you get, and I know you're consistent with your relationship. So just, I guess this one, just better answer it to the best of your
Oh
ability.
yeah.
So how do you get over a man who never had intentions on being with you, even after having his baby?
Mm, mm, mm. Probably, I would say just get busy. I think the main thing would be to just start focusing on yourself as much as possible.
Yep.
Because when you're so busy and caught up in yourself, a lot of things will just pass you by. You know what I'm saying? So I think probably just, and your kids. If you have kids, just stay focused on your kids, stay focused on yourself, working on some goals you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Just anything you can to, you know, stay focused
Hmm.
basically, because that, and it's really sad that that has to happen,
Yeah.
to us women,
Yeah.
and but it does.
Yeah.
So one
Awesome.
thing, only thing I will say, the main thing I would just, get really focused on myself and just, you know,
Yep.
and then, a good thing is when you're so focused on yourself, that's when the right person comes. When you're not
Yeah.
looking for them,
Yeah.
that's when the right person swoop in.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Yep. I the whole thing about this one is getting over a man who never had intentions. So on that part, I always go back, guys. Signs are always in the beginning. They're always there. It's
Hmm.
just a matter of if we just be patient and watch those signs versus, oh man, this is a good man. I see the what they say, the potential. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. I
Yeah.
see the potential, so I'm just gonna be with him. I'm gonna make him see my worth. I'm gonna make him choose me. It's like, if you see that he has no intentions in the beginning, save yourself, save your heart, save your time, save your feelings. Because
Yep.
once you bring that baby in, that's a whole nother realm of
Hmm.
emotions coming behind that.
Hmm.
So, focusing on the intentions, I definitely agree. You should focus on people's intentions so you know where you stand with them.
Absolutely.
Um, guys, keep questions coming in, comments. Soon as I'm going through our list that people pre-sent in already, but trust me, I'm gonna get to you guys' questions. If you guys do have any based off what she's saying. And this was for, I think this was, I don't know when he said that, but Grease Gutter, he said you have to be open to discuss the good emotions with the bad ones. So I think that was on the last one we was talking about.
That's good.
Yeah. And you do,
You
Grease. I
do.
think
Yep.
it's tough just going through a relationship or even friendship and just want to always talk about the good stuff. Sometimes those bad
Hmm.
stuff need to be addressed as well to
Oh,
be
they have to be addressed. Yeah,
yeah.
they have to be addressed.
So this
Yeah.
isn't a question, but since we on that, so what is your advice on approaching bad things that need to be addressed?
Honestly, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it.
Okay.
My husband is the one that'll, say this needs to be talked about, and it doesn't feel good, especially if it's something that you've caused or you lacked on or
Yeah.
something like that. But because it's your emotions, and you don't want to be. I got this thing where I don't want to be looked at as the bad person or
Yeah.
the one that's causing the problems in the
Yeah.
relationship. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to do because it's hard for me to just start talking about what I did bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I'm working on it, and my husband, he'll point it out to me. Like you're wrong, and you
Yeah.
need to admit it, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um I think that you should. I think that I don't know. It's just hard for me to say because I don't like doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know anybody that likes doing it, but I definitely love how you guys have that
Mhm.
balance there. There definitely needs to be balance because you can't be with somebody
Mhm.
who where both of y'all just never want to address anything. That's
Exactly.
epic fail.
Oh yeah,
And
that's.
yeah, and then for him, I think the approach, like the way you said he said it, just based off this,
Mhm.
um, coming to your partner in a calm way, but a stern way, like no, we can't let this one go. We have to
Yeah.
address it, and then being
Exactly.
willing to say, you know what, babe, okay, you're right. Let's go on and talk about it. I don't want to, but
Mhm.
because I value you as a person, and I value my relationship, my marriage, we gonna talk about it. So
Exactly.
I love that. Um, Yes, Glenda. Glenda said, I think the way it is brought to you helps a lot. Exactly what I just, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Approach definitely matters. And
Yep.
I think we got to work on that a little bit more. The attitude,
The attitude.
I got, okay, let me just say me, I got to work on it a little more.
Me too.
My
Me
brain keeps
too.
me together, kind of balanced because
Yeah.
you do want to be like this. Like, don't play with
Yeah.
me. Don't,
Yeah.
but that's not
It's
always
not
the right
right.
approachable attitude.
Nope.
So,
That's a good
um,
point. Yep.
so how do you know when enough is enough?
Mm. Are we talking? What are we talking? Enough with a certain man,
I
or?
started to ask her specifically because I believe it was a woman who sent this, but I just took her questions without getting into details. But I did
Mhm.
say when I was posting, it's on relationships and friendships.
Mhm.
So,
Let's just speak on both.
okay.
General. Um, I probably would say when enough is enough. If you have to do, because some things do have to be like a 50-50 thing. Both of you have to be putting in on certain things.
Hmm.
Energy.
Yeah.
If you start to find yourself being the only one that's going out your way for a certain person, supporting a certain person, or if you're the only one that's giving your 100% to someone and you're not getting it in return, I would think that you should start to back away from that person,
Yep.
whether it's a friend or a relationship, and just kind of reevaluate things because no one wants to put into something more than the other,
Yeah.
um, and you get that a lot, especially with relationships, because people are selfish and they feel like that, and a lot of women are, but a lot of men are very, very selfish, and they find that right girl who
Yeah.
is going to just do everything for them, and
Hmm.
they think that they don't have to do anything in return.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it could be in a long-term relationship in a house where it's like the woman's coming home doing everything, and he thinks that he's only supposed to just hang out, or you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's enough,
Yeah.
because no, that's taking too much of your positive energy, and you're going to become a negative person steady
Yeah.
dealing with that, you know
Definitely. Yep.
so if you putting too much into something and not getting enough in back to you, then no, it's
I
time to cut that off.
I agree. I believe enough is enough. That saying is protecting your peace. So if
Yep.
this is exactly what you just said, if
Yes.
it's taking so much out of you to where now you becoming that negative person,
Yep.
enough is enough because you can't allow other people to change. If you are that positive person, or I tell people all the time, they'll say, I done this and I done that for a person. I'm just done on men. I say, no, don't let them change who you are because
Nope.
exactly who you are is what the right man going to need. So what you do is
Mm.
you back out. You say enough is enough.
Is enough. Exactly.
Yeah.
And protecting your peace. That's That's the one right there.
Ooh, child.
That's
The
the one.
big one. The
That's
big
the
one.
one.
Because
Yes.
you're right. Like I found myself this year, I went through that test. Like you said, if you don't back out, you gonna become negative. And I
Mhm.
found myself drifting on over. And I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? This ain't you. This ain't you.
Mhm.
Why are you trying to teach somebody a lesson? You know, you trying to do this,
Exactly.
you know, because you done drew yourself into their energy.
Mhm.
I should have said enough is enough. You know, I
Yep.
didn't get too far in, but you know, I got myself together and backed out. But yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Let me put somebody's. I don't think it's a question. I think it's just a comment.
Okay.
Glenda said, "Only you will know because what may be enough for you may not be enough for someone else. But when you get there, you'll know what to do." Absolutely.
Yep.
Everybody has a limit. So you're right.
Yep.
What may
Yep.
be enough for Krystal may not be enough for me. I might be able to take a little more hits, you know,
Yep. You're
or
right.
whatever the
You
case.
that's
So
true.
yeah,
That's true.
I love
Yep,
that.
you're right.
Absolutely, Glenda. Yep.
Yep.
Guys, remember to share the page, tag some people in. I do have questions already, but ask some more questions. We'll go ahead and get them on the screen. That's what she's here for. So use our guests, pop her, pick her brain, get that wisdom and knowledge on out of there. That's what she's here for. Um, and look, this is a little commercial break. I do have my brand I Am Goalsszz on.
Mhm.
It's for men, women, infants, youth, all of that. So I do allow you to customize your colors and whatever color you want, the shirt and the vinyl. Enough is enough. What we just spoke on, I Am Goalsszz, I feel like hits that. You got to know, look, I matter just as much as you matter. Enough is enough. I'm
I
going,
love it.
yeah. So that's what my brand is. It's more of a I Am Goalsszz, just a confidence statement. So allow
Yeah.
you guys to pick your colors, shop with me. Now let's get back to our guest. To our guest, little commercial break. Um, I don't think I had this one on. So when are we going to learn to celebrate people without an agenda? Ooh,
That's good.
wow. I don't remember who asked that one, but yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
That's a good one. I'm actually in a space right now where I feel like I've had a lot of people in my life who don't do that for me, but I've always been the one to do that for other people, you know?
Yep.
And it's very important because and it doesn't take a whole lot, you know. I'm kind of going jumping because I'm thinking about, a
No, but
certain
and it don't take a lot. So yeah,
yeah, it doesn't
yes,
take a lot. Yeah,
definitely
it
touch on
doesn't
it. I
take a
want
lot. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot. I will say, I've became really close with my coworkers, and we became really close friends. And one thing that we do is this, and we're big on it.
yeah, yeah,
It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. That's and I just keep saying it because it don't. You don't have
yeah,
to always, uh, show up to something or um, pay for something or
yeah.
you don't have to. It doesn't. Money doesn't have to be involved all the
Yes.
time.
Who say
Sometimes it
that?
just takes a text, a share, a like,
Yes.
you know, all that, and in relationships too. You know, like men and women. It doesn't take a lot. Just saying that you acknowledge something happened. Oh, good
Yeah,
job goes far. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I have ran across a few people in my life where that doesn't happen, and I'm just like cutting that out completely
yeah, yeah.
because I've always been the one that do this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
I personally, I do feel like everybody goes through it. So I'm glad whoever asked this question, I thank you for asking that because I'm glad it's been addressed.
mhm.
Now. I've also been through that heavy this year.
Mhm.
Especially with starting my brand. I feel like, and I want to be careful saying this because also God had to whoop me because I was like,
Yeah.
I support people who don't support me, and I'm just, I'm
Yeah.
like, but then God had to show me like some of these people who may not even share my posts, like on Facebook, social media, but they in my personal life heavy. And so God had to whoop me like, don't do that. Don't try to. They heavy on another level with support. Don't try to do this public social media thing and burn a bridge that you shouldn't burn because you feeling like people aren't celebrating you. So I was getting whooped on that particular end of it.
Mhm.
But as far as I don't know if anybody ever celebrated me without an agenda, but I know I haven't done it. Um, like I'll share. Okay, so like I'm small. People that see me in person, you guys know how small I am. So it's a lot of boutiques. I can't wear their clothes. It's small. But I
Mhm.
believe in a brand. I believe in them as a person. So I'm
Mhm.
sharing it. Even if I don't spend financial money with them, I'm sharing it. I'm tagging them on posts. Somebody will make a post. I'm looking for this, and I'm like, hey, go shop with such and such. I'm supporting that way. I don't have an agenda for these people. I don't even say, you know what, I'm not sharing your stuff or tagging you because you don't do mine. I feel like whatever seeds I plant to you, whether
Mhm.
you do the same to me, God is going to bless that. So,
Absolutely.
that was my other lesson I learned
Mhm.
with that. But I mean, I don't know. This one is a hard one.
It
what would
is
you
hard.
say supporting without an agenda? Like, what would you say, or what would you say supporting somebody with an agenda looks like? Like, how do you spot that?
Mm, supporting someone with an agenda. I
Or
will
celebrate,
say,
someone
hmm
with an agenda.
I would say, um, and if I do say what I think this is, it's probably gonna sound weird
Yeah.
because I would say if you're supporting someone with an agenda, well, I don't know. I'm gonna say this, like if I was supporting, just say like my sister. If I'm supporting my sister, I feel like that's with an agenda because it's my sister, so
Okay.
I'm going to automatically support my sister. So I'm
Okay.
going to do, if she has business, I'm going to do, um, everything I can to
Right.
support her, share, like, show up, pay for stuff, even though it's my sister. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Make sure that I'm supporting her. And my agenda is because it's my sister. But then on another hand, if I say, you can kind of look at it like if I'm supporting someone with an agenda, it could be kind of sneaky sometimes because you have some people who try to be that person where they support people and they have like a hidden agenda with it, where it's like, you know what I'm saying, they doing too much. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to outdo the next.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you have like those friends that try to compete friends where they like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I do this and I do this and I
Yes.
support this and I do
Yes.
all this, and
Yeah.
then they try to talk about the other friends who
Yeah.
don't because they have things going on in their lives too where they couldn't make everything. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you guys, you got to look at it a certain type of way where, is this a good agenda?
Hmm.
Do you mean me well? Are you doing this? Is this pure? Because all support ain't good support.
I love that
So,
example. I feel like that was one of the best examples. Because it happens often.
mhm,
I've been a victim of it, and I've been around people who I've heard them doing on
mhm,
people like that.
and it's
Yeah,
weird.
if you're gonna support me without bringing up, girl, yeah, I'm gonna be there for you because I know such and such ain't gonna do it, and they supposed to.
Exactly,
Why are you
exactly,
throwing beef between, beef that shouldn't even
exactly,
be there? Like,
exactly.
just support. You don't have to bring anybody else's name in the mix, trying to,
Yeah.
show that you're the better supporter versus somebody else. So I agree. I love that. I didn't
Mhm,
even think of that example. I love that you said that because it happens.
mhm. It does. It
Vanita
does.
said, she said support only to talk about them or what they are trying to do. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
And
Did you see this? Where your one friends was at, or you know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like
yes.
people have
Or
stuff going on.
even going to and guys, do not, please do not twist my words. I'm not saying this is what happened, but Kyra just did a lovely fashion show. Like I said, I didn't catch
Mhm.
all of it, but I caught some of it.
Mhm.
Say, okay, Kyra doing the show, let me just go to her show and see how she doing, so I can talk about, oh girl, did y'all see such and such, or oh, they said such and such one, it was so ugly. Like,
Hmm.
don't come to support, but you got a whole negative agenda that you're as to why you're
Exactly.
supporting behind it. So yeah,
Exactly.
I love that you said that. Yeah, Glenda, everyone does have an agenda, whether it's intentional or not. But there's the example Krystal gave with her sister. So I do believe there are positive agendas and then there are negative
Mhm.
agendas. So you're right.
Mhm.
Everybody does have an agenda on why they, support somebody. But I'd rather be on the positive end of the
Exactly.
agenda versus the negative end, especially
Exactly.
when it comes to tearing somebody else's stuff down.
Mhm.
Um, okay, let me get back to a question. I have lost my spot. Hold on. Let me see what's this one. Okay. How do you be open with your significant other like you are open to your best friend?
mm. That comes with time. That's not gonna be just. That's not gonna be. I wouldn't say in the beginning because you're still trying to learn each other and figure out what you should say and what you shouldn't. So that kind of comes with time. Like right now, like I stated, me and my husband been together for 12 years, so he is my best friend. Like
Yeah.
I have, he's my best friend. That's just that. When we talk about everything, just like I would probably talk about with a girl best friend,
Hmm.
and you get that friendship. It comes with time, and over time, you create a friendship. And it's easy. It becomes easy. It's a lot of stuff he know that I wouldn't even, or somebody tell me, and they be like, girl, if you pillow talking with a man, telling them everything like that, because it's not going nowhere either. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it just comes with time.
Yeah.
You learn what to say and what not to say
Yeah.
also, because you ain't gonna just say everything,
Yeah.
but you do have that. Over time you build that friendship and it becomes
Mhm.
easy to do.
Yep. I
Yeah.
with that, I absolutely agree. I have the mindset now, and obviously because I'm divorced, this is my strict mindset on it.
Mhm.
Um, I don't feel like I want to have a significant other who is not my best friend before we even say yes. Let's do this.
I I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
That's my thing. Like you, I
Mhm.
cannot be more open to my friends than I am to my partner. And
Exactly.
consider you my partner. Like no,
Exactly.
you gonna be my best friend. You gonna have to be before you can be my partner because
Yep.
sorry guys, but I like to pillow talk with
Me
somebody
too.
who ain't gonna tell nobody else. Because
Exactly.
my thoughts, I'm an
Exactly.
overthinker. I need to get
Yep.
these thoughts out of my head. So I
Me the
need
same.
a best friend, a man, somebody that I can pillow talk with,
Yep.
but I know it won't go anywhere. So,
Yep.
ooh, I love that you said that, especially a
Yeah.
pillow talk, because pillow
Yeah.
talk is used in a negative way. But I
Mhm.
understand why. But if you pillow talking with the right one, it's
It's
dope.
good. It's
No,
good.
yeah,
Exactly. It's good. Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely. Good question.
Yeah, Erica
It's
said, I think it's
evaluate.
the vibe you get from your significant other. Has to be. It you have to have that vibe that they are your best friend because if not,
Yeah.
why are you with them?
And that's what I say. You learn that in the beginning. That's another thing you look for in the beginning.
Yep.
Is this person easy to talk to? Can I joke? Can I tell them a
Yes.
joke? Can we
Yes.
laugh about something together? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely. Vanita said, but what if a friendship never forms? Are you talking about um a friendship with your significant other? What are you meaning
I
with
think so.
is
I
she
think
okay?
so.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Ooh.
think that's what she means. And honestly, I don't think it's going to work. It's going to be too uptight. You know what I'm saying? You going to if you're talking about a relation, a
Yeah.
man and woman or whatever. I don't think it's going to work because it's going to be so. It's just going to be you're going to have to watch everything you do and
Yes.
say and in a move, move a
You know
certain, like, who wants to be in a relationship like that?
who want to walk
You
on
know
eggshells?
exactly. Who wants to walk on eggshells? Because that's exactly what's
Yep.
going on. Like,
Not a way to
you
live.
can't be yourself. You're
Mm-mm.
not able to be yourself. So
Yep.
no, it's not going to work.
Um, I don't know her personally, but she said, I guess I've never had a significant other and then the mad face. I don't know
Yeah.
you personally, but I think I believe yes, you if you've been in a relationship, you've had a significant other. But the thing is, maybe you guys just weren't meant for each other. Obviously, if they are ex,
Mhm.
maybe you guys just weren't meant for each other. So, in moving forward with somebody, I guess just going back to the question about the best friend, just making sure before you say, okay, we exclusive, making sure you guys actually have that friendship or you
Mhm.
feeling like this is your best friend before you
Mhm.
guys actually become exclusive this time.
Yeah. I think that's something good to do. I
Okay.
think that's, with
Yeah.
you being strict on that, like, you saying, I'm not accepting nothing else,
Yeah.
this is just what I want. I
Yeah.
think that's something good to have.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
All right. So now we get a little bit into a personal. So how
Oh,
did you
Lord.
know she had to drink, y'all? Take note of this. She had to drink, take her drink on this one. But no, how did you know your husband was the one you wanted to spend the rest of your life with?
Mm, 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 mm. Um, I probably can give you a book of things, but just to sum it up, I would probably say he was a good man, just, just a good man. And you don't run across just a good man. When I say like a good man, I mean like a provider.
Mm.
He's smart, he's intelligent,
Yeah.
he has great manners, you know what I'm saying? Um, just just everything.
Yeah.
And I may be, some people may be like, I would probably say the perfect man, but that's why I married him because that's what I think about him.
Right.
So I would say he was just, even, being young, and a lot of people don't get that when they're young, but
Yeah.
just a gentleman. So because we're childish when we're young,
Yeah.
so all that, just being just a complete gentleman, opening the door, making sure I'm okay before he did anything, just not never having to worry about anything. And we were, I think, 25 when we got married, so it was still kind of young, but um I knew that I wanted to be with him because
Yeah.
I didn't think I could find anybody better.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So I want to say to that, I know you said, there's no perfect man, but to you, he was perfect. I love that because you are supposed to be your man's biggest cheerleader.
Mhm.
So why not? We understand that humans are not perfect, but by far
Yeah.
you should be with somebody where you just like, oh my God, this man, this woman is
Yeah.
perfect. You should
Yeah.
have that. You should be their biggest cheerleader. Um, I love how you said about the manners. Again, I haven't met you guys outside of
Mhm.
Facebook. I don't even know him on Facebook or
Mhm.
off. So
Mhm.
I love that you said the good manners. So just
Mhm.
speaking on men in general, you find either too cocky of a man or too soft of a man. So for you to say you get
Yes.
those manners, that's a blessing. That's a
Yeah.
blessing to have manners as a man.
And one thing I will add, and I've heard this when I was growing up, and then I've witnessed it being in my own relationship, so I do live by it.
Uh-huh.
However a man treats his mom
Hmm.
is something that you should pay attention to, because if he don't treat his mom well, then 9 times out of 10 you ain't gonna get treated well either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So um telling his mom he loves her all the time and opening the door for her, treating her like, the woman she needs to be treated like,
Hmm.
is very important. It's something that you should look for,
Yeah.
because if he's not doing his mom, the lady who brought him into the world, like treating her like this,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
So you know what? And I want to say for those who don't have a mom, because I'm going to bring in my twin brother, his
Okay.
example, because we didn't have our mom.
Oh, okay.
So
This is a good point.
she didn't raise us. But I love how you said that. So I just want to speak on the other aspect of it. She didn't have our
Mhm.
mom, but my brother treats his sisters, us women, real manageable. He takes care of us. He's a provider. He has his
Mhm.
woman now, so of course,
Mhm.
he did all of that, which is good.
Yeah.
But um, if he doesn't have a mom, if he has sisters, cousins, whatever, any
Aunties,
woman figure in his
anything,
life, if
any
you
woman
see
figure.
him, yeah, if you see him exhibiting that care, concern, and provider like activity, you most likely got you a good one.
Absolutely.
If you see him being nasty and ugly to his sisters, his mama, cousin,
Mhm.
whoever, then most likely you're gonna have some trouble with
Mhm.
that one. So
Yeah, I agree.
yep. Okay, so on to the next one. Do you still like what you loved about your partner? And if so, why?
Yes, I do.
Obviously.
Right. Yes, I do. I'm still
Yeah.
smiling every day. Why? Because get out, babe. Sorry,
He say
y'all.
you gotta hear this.
um, because I don't know, he's consistent, you know. He's never changed up on me. You know, regardless of whatever may have happened, you know, because we've been together for a long time.
Yep.
I still feel like the luckiest girl, you know. And I keep saying, you know, sorry, it's just, you know, when you're
You
talking, it's a
know,
habit.
this your show. You
Yeah.
do your thing.
And he's consistent. Basically, he's never changed up with treating me how he got me.
Yeah.
So that, you know, keeps my love strong and still the same. And that's just what it is. Like I said, regardless, because no relationship is perfect,
Yeah.
but he's consistent with making sure I feel like
Hmm.
I'm important
Yeah.
and, you know, I'm who he wants to be with and love. So I'm still where he got me.
Right. I love that because consistency is important. It's very
Mhm.
important. Again, are always in the beginning. Sometimes life happens and things switch up, but
Yeah.
a lot of times you should be with a guy based off the consistency.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to, and I'm not saying. Um, Let me give an example. Say he opens, he met you opening your car door.
Mhm.
I hope this is a good example. But say after year 5, maybe he don't open the car door no more, but he's steadily giving you spa dates, or he's running your bath water. So maybe the car door is not there anymore, but he's become consistent in another level that he's showing you he appreciates you.
Yeah.
I love that consistency definitely
Yeah.
matters. Not just on men and on women as well, but I love when a man can stay consistent. That's a good
Yeah.
sign. He's a good
That's a
man.
good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put some thought into it.
Yes. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
on this dating scene and that. Ooh, never mind. So, the thought, man. Men that are on here that's gonna see this, consistency and thought matters. It does not
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it
It does not.
goes a long way.
It can be as small as texting and calling and saying, you know, what do you want to eat? Even when you think about, you know, if you're thinking about what I want to eat, that's a lot.
Yes.
If you just getting yourself something
Yes.
to eat and coming home like, oh, well, what you eating? That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not
Yes.
like, what are you doing? You know, what
Yes.
about me? So it could
Yes.
be as simple as that, just texting me to see what I'm eating or how's my day going. You know, just being consistent with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so then on to the next one. How do you let your this is this a submissive question? I think this was it. How do you let your
Okay.
husband lead?
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good. So I would say, in the beginning, of course, you know, you're young or whatever. I had trouble with this, and we were going to church, and you know, before we got married, we took marriage class. So Pastor Granger's where we went to New Life. So before we got married, we had to go through a marriage class, and in that marriage class, they taught us a lot about being submissive, a lot of stuff that I didn't know that I should be doing because, you know, growing up by, you know, my mom, a black woman, I was taught to be independent and have my own, you
Yeah.
know. So this was a change for me.
Yep.
Um, so one of the things were being submissive, I would say, like sharing a bank account. That's a big one. The money's together. We don't have separate money. So everything is together. It's one household. And I will say my husband manages the money. He's better with money
Yeah.
than I am. So he's in control of that. You know, we talk about everything. He keeps me informed on what's going on, but he takes care of everything.
Yeah.
And that was something that I had to learn because, like I said, that's not what, you know, happened. when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something different trying to like give all your money over to somebody and just letting
Right.
them do things. Um, Communicating on where you're going, what you're doing, making sure everything's okay, making sure like, oh, we don't have anything planned, do we? Is it okay if I go such and such?
Right.
So communication, I will say, is the biggest key with becoming submissive because you can't just do things on your own. It's not just you, you know. It's not just you anymore. And you got, it's God, man, then it's woman.
Yeah.
So that's just what I live by.
Yeah.
So things go through my husband first in my household, and it works just fine.
This is a tough one. I shared, maybe last week, I shared a post about this because I was on somebody else's post and it was horrible. When I
Mhm.
say it was a post saying something about letting the man lead, and when I say it was so many women on there like, he ain't finna lead me. I'm my own person, or I don't need no man lead me. I got this, or I make just as much money as him. Why would he be the leader? And I said, "Woo, y'all have no idea. You are not ready for a relationship.
Not at all.
Dreaming you want a man, but you are not ready because what's if you are so secure in yourself and the relationship in itself, why not let him lead? If
Exactly.
you know the order, if he's the
Mhm.
king in a game in chess or whatever game where you're
Exactly.
the king or queen in
Exactly.
spades, whatever, ever
Exactly.
king always
Yeah.
trump queen. So
Exactly.
why are we dogging our men out like this? Oh, you ain't gonna leave me. That's my money. You ain't finna tell me how to spend. That's a you are if you are that in that mindset, you are not ready for a relationship.
You're not. You're not. You're not. You're
Yeah,
not.
Mika. I'm gonna just put her comment on the screen.
Yeah.
Mika, like she said, it's definitely a learned behavior because a lot of us didn't have. I know I didn't have that growing up, so it's definitely
Mhm.
learned.
It's learned.
Behavior. But you're right. I do believe that's why a lot of us, men have their own issues that they need to work on. But as a
Mhm.
woman, I do believe that's why a lot of us are single because we want to be the king and we want him to be the queen, but we want
Mhm.
him to act like a king. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It the order is off.
Yeah, it don't make sense. Of course,
Yeah,
you want to do this with someone who's worthy of being a king,
yeah,
but it's like when you do have that certain person, it's just how it has to go. It can't be, two people trying to lead the household, and it's just so much miscommunication that comes with that, and
mhm,
it becomes to be too much. Like it doesn't even have to be on a spiritual level, like you said. Just in a game, a king always is above a queen, so that's just how it has to go. It's just
yeah.
how it has to go.
So it's like my question to you. I've never had that issue when I was married. Um,
Mhm.
it's just the we weren't we should have never been
Yeah.
married. But
Yeah.
how do you, as a woman who's currently in that position, how do you let your man lead without feeling like you're being controlled?
Mhm.
Because I think that's the biggest issue with women. They feeling like I'm a whole human being. I'm grown. Why you feel like you finna control me? I'm thinking maybe that's the issue. I don't know.
Well, like I said, it has to be the right person. It has to be the person has to be right because even he knows like he'll never make me feel like he's controlling me. He's still like, you know, is it something you need to get, or it's still thrown out there like, well, what is it you need to get taken care of? You know what I'm saying? It's not just like you gonna get this and this
Yeah,
what's gonna happen and this. Like I still get I control my own life. I run my life. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But when it comes down to like, okay, he's paid all the bills, so now it's like this is what we have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like making sure our household is taken care of first. He does that part.
hmm,
But exactly, communication. It's just communicating,
yeah.
period, with everything.
Including
Um,
the person that you're with. That's a big part of the communication.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes. He has to be his mindset has to be right and together to know how to do this. Cause if you got some fool or some weirdo, of course you ain't gonna let him control all the money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be the
absolutely.
right person. And this is in my marriage. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So this is when we got married. This is where the submissive part came in.
hmm,
Of course, I practiced that when we were dating because I knew I wanted to be a wife. So it was a lot of stuff I cut out. But this is just when you're in a marriage,
Mhm.
is just how it has to go. And going to church did a lot for me, because
Yeah.
like you said, it's just not something that this just not how we was brought up. We was taught to be independent and all that, so I get it. I get where a lot of women are coming from, but
I
it's learned.
I like that it's definitely learned. And so I'm glad you repeated that more than once, because in the statement that you made when you said you started practicing this before you even got the ring, or you guys said I
Mhm.
do. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly, because a lot of people would go and say, well, he ain't my husband, I'm not submitting. And I get it, but at the same time, at what point do you practice this submission? Because it's a learned behavior that you have to
Mhm.
practice. It doesn't just
Mhm.
happen once you walk down the aisle and say, I do. If
Exactly. It don't just turn on.
Yeah, don't just turn on it. So if you have that mindset, well, he ain't getting this and he ain't getting that, and I ain't got to answer him and tell him, oh, I'm finna be late coming home, or if you got that mindset, then once you get married, it's gonna magnify to being worse, because now you're married, you got to restart from a
Mhm.
rock bottom to practice what submission is.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
something you should have been doing already beforehand.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
And Glenda, I do agree with you. And again, so it's almost one of those things where we can't control another person and their actions. We can only control what we allow or continue to put up with. But I do agree with you. She said, I think that stems from some men. I guess the controlling thing. I think that stems from some men not knowing the difference from being controlling and in control.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then on the submissive part. Whew, so Vanita, this is not to be argumentative, but me personally, I don't think submissiveness come naturally. It should, but it don't. I
It
think
does
it
not.
depends on how people grew up, how they're
Mhm.
trained, how they're what environment they're in. They tend to cater to or learn whatever they grew up on. So for a lot of people, it don't come naturally. It should, but it don't.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it doesn't.
She said on her other comment, she said it should come naturally if the man was leading in the correct manner. In which I want you to tackle that. What do you think on that one? So should it come naturally if the man is leading in the correct manner?
Okay, so submissiveness submissiveness from the woman should come naturally if the man is leading in a correct manner. Um I I get it. I get it. I get it, but um not for me, because like I said, I was taught to be a strong black independent woman. You know what I'm saying? So even though I do feel like my man was always leading correctly, but in the beginning I still felt like, no, this is mine, and I'm not, and all that, that little situation. But I think it's learned. I started to think about what I wanted our future to be like, and what was I trying to get out of this relationship, and that was to be a wife and
Yeah.
have kids. What we have currently. So I had started to submit to him. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't naturally for me,
Yeah.
even though I feel like he was already leading, because
Yeah.
that's why I stayed with him and wanted to be with him.
Yeah.
So
Um, I know. So I'm an advocate. I like to think outside the box and differently a lot. And I'm not saying it's always the right way.
mhm.
But I'm an advocate for doing like recreating. I know they say, I've heard before, don't reinvent the wheel. I'm just an advocate
Mhm.
for saying, for where we are now in this generation, we need to reinvent some stuff.
I
And
agree.
that's
I
one of them.
agree.
I feel like, oh, don't do this, because one thing that bothered me, I used to always see people. It used to be it's a meme, but they would write it as a stat. So it was meme
Mhm.
stat saying basically, don't do wifely duties for a boyfriend. I get it. I understand the thought process behind it. However, what do we consider wifely duties? Because if you have made a decision to live with a man, if you've made a decision to sleep with the man, have kids with the man, if you went that far to do that, why not do wifely duties then? You
Mm-hmm.
know, he's just a boyfriend, but you gave him all of this other stuff. So why not
Exactly.
do what you said beforehand? If this the man you want to be
Exactly.
with, why not try to learn what being submissive to him is?
Yeah.
Or
Why not show him that you're ready to be his wife or
yeah,
be with him for the rest of his life or y'all
mhm,
life? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've done everything else. Shoot, what's left
yeah,
to do?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So besides cooking clean for him, you
yeah.
might. I mean, and I agree. Like,
In which if you are living together, then obviously you cooking and cleaning. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like
exactly,
reinvent the
exactly.
wheel. Reinvent the wheel and stop going with so much of the slang or the things we hear, the
Yeah,
cliches. Like some
yeah.
cliches are I feel like are damaging and detrimental to our mindsets.
Mhm.
And when we're hurt or we angry, then we go with whatever meme fits our anger at that moment and we run with it.
Exactly, and that's that.
But
Yeah,
a lot of cliches I feel like are toxic.
they
Guys,
are.
get your questions in. I'm loving the comments. You guys are
Mhm.
awesome because you guys are on point. I feel like we are on one mindset.
Mhm.
And I'm loving that even the fact that some of you guys are saying something opposite of what is being said, but it's mature and it's respectful, and I love it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love when we can have dialect, help each other, agree to disagree on whatever the case. That's what it's all about. I mean, because you're not going to agree with everything. It always goes back to that saying, what works for one is not going to work for the other.
Mhm.
So we just always keep that in mind. When we talk about anything, especially relationships or friendships. Yeah,
Yeah.
Benita. She said you have to live by your own values when it comes to your relationships. I believe that. I honestly
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So going on to the next why do we expect we all over, but
Mhm.
why do we expect more from our partner than we are willing to do ourselves?
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, we ain't talk about this one. That's a good one.
um, that's a good question. Sometimes we just get too comfortable, I would say, you know. I don't know. That's hard because I don't know.
Yeah.
I would think that, if you gotten too comfortable in a relationship and you got that partner who's always putting that step forward, always on point with doing stuff and taking good care of you, and you just kind of like, backed away, and because y'all been together for so long and you expect them to do it, I think that's just like getting too comfortable, you know what I'm saying? But
Definitely.
in another sense, like, because I get the question, but I just don't know.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know either. I don't think I have a firm answer for it, except for the fact of what you say. Like we expect more from them because we're too comfortable. So
Yeah.
we don't necessarily look at ourselves. When you get too comfortable, you get selfish. And in
Mhm.
relationships, especially as they grow, I feel like personal opinion, I feel like you're supposed to be continuing to become selfless,
Less,
not selfish.
exactly. Exactly.
So I don't know. That's as best as I can answer that one. I
Yeah,
don't
me
know.
too. Yeah.
I
Too
mean, I guess it's
comfortable.
a human flaw that we have or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Um, so then let me put this next one, try to speed it up a little bit. Uh, so have you ever dealt with a fake friendship or fake friend?
Oh, um, I feel like I have. I don't know for sure,
Mhm.
but I feel like, there was some fake stuff going on.
Yep.
Um, and what I did was just exit myself from the whole little friendship, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I feel like at this point in my life, I'm very wise a lot of people who know me, they'll all say I have like an old soul, a lot of wisdom. And my grandmother had a lot to do with that. My grandma was in my life heavy. So I do feel like I'm a bit wise, especially for my age, a little bit more than others. So I know how to handle myself, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I know how to handle
Right.
myself with, dealing with a fake friend or a fake friendship. And, I just remove myself. Like, I'm at the point where I don't even have to point it out to you. You know what I'm saying? I go off energy, so I'm sure the energy is felt. And I just remove myself from the situation. Like, you get to a point where you got so much stuff going on in your life where you just have to, let all that negative stuff go
Mhm.
because, it'll just drain you and just bring you down. And, learn how to approach certain things. Somebody coming to you with some information or, just not really being genuine. Whether it's well, we're speaking on a friendship. So, if it's coming from a friend, it's just like, I'll take the information, but yeah, I know how to deal with you from here on out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, I,
I
I, I go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
it's I think we all have dealt with it.
Yeah.
I think this year was my hardest year of dealing with it.
Mhm.
And of course, I'm not going to reveal names, but one situation I dealt with it. I didn't think this person to be fake at first, but after some situations that happened, I realized, of course, obviously, I was more of a friend to that person than they were to me. There were some secret hidden agendas or jealousies going on there. It was a situation where some more fake stuff happened with one particular person that I knew. They went to this friend that I thought was like my ace, I guess I would call her. And they told her some things or whatever. So, versus coming to me about it, she went to Facebook about it.
Mm.
And that was step one for me. I said, whoa, first of all, I thought we were better than that.
Exactly.
I'd never take if I have an outing with a friend now, I
Never
go
go to
directly to
Facebook.
them. So she didn't tag me in it or nothing like that, but it was a talk. What she said was something that I've never seen her do. So I hit her up, I text her like, what's that about? Well, what's going on? So then the comment she made back to me knew that it was towards me. So I said, oh no, we need a conversation because first of all,
Mhm.
that's not what we do,
Mm-mm.
social media. So fast forward, so we talked about some things. So the things that was told to her, I never admitted and said I said it. I never admitted and said I did it. I actually said I didn't, or whatever. But instead of, and I even asked her, I said, do you feel what this person said? Do you feel that's what you were seeing with me? She said no. She said, I never felt that about you. I said, okay, cool. So then she started moving in a way where she started connecting with them more, or she basically like pushed me off, but she went towards them more, and
Mhm.
harden their stuff, comment on their stuff, talking about hanging out. And I said,
Mhm.
whoa, what's going on? Because you distance yourself from me, but you cater more to them. So I was like, how do you take? You said you didn't even think what they said was true. But then how do you automatically say, well, I'm gonna believe them over you, and then what I'm saying, basically like distance yourself from be closer to them. So I was like, I'm the person that's all about reconciling.
Mhm.
I'm not immature. I'm not that person where, oh, I'm gonna hate you for life. I just, if there's any room for reconciliation, I'll take it. And I was trying to like, what, I'm gonna give her time. Maybe she's just in her feelings. I'm gonna give her time. But after a while, that started going. It's been more stuff being said. So I cut her off, blocked her, all of that. I said, you know what? That's not a situation I want to be in, because you shouldn't, friendship or relationship, you shouldn't be with somebody you're constantly questioning every day. What's this that about? Are you
Exactly.
talking about me? Okay, what was that about? Was that about me? So at that point, I just had to realize, I'm like, you know what? As fake as y'all tried to make me, you actually the fake one. It
Mhm.
was a terrible situation. And I'm like, and I had to really pray and ask God to not make me turn on all women. Especially because of my brand. I'm like, it has to be dope women out there. So I'm like, God, work on my heart. up my discernment, so that I don't be in this situation again. But
yeah, I kind of feel like she probably just was definitely jealous and just wanted to stop being friends with you anyway. And that was just her way out. Because if you told me one thing and then you showed me something different, like, what's up?
that's definitely what happened. Yeah. Somebody else was saying, they was like, you got to watch females who always try to one up you, because those are always signs. Back what you were saying with we were giving an example of the fashion show, when it's like, oh, you just try to support somebody just so you can bring up a negative. So it's like the signs are always there. Obviously you don't see them as clear, but the one-uppers, the ones who's always bringing negativity to you versus any type of positivity, most likely they'll always turn out to eventually cross that fake friend bridge.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yep. So let me go on to the next one. Did you want to add anything to that? Because I think the next question was something to that as well.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the same. So have you ever had to let certain friends go?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Just point blank period.
Yeah.
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 So what do you do when the guy you are with is making progress, but not the progress that you want him to make?
You support them, just because, I mean, if they're making progress, that's good, but you can't rush them, because you know how guys are. So I mean, if they're making some progress and it's good progress, you just continue to support them, whether it's the progress that you're trying to get them to, like something in a relationship, or if it's like a job or a life or school or something like that. You just still, whatever it is, you just continue to support them, because it's important that they know you're there and you have their back too.
Yeah.
So I would just say, just continue to support them.
Yeah, I think support goes a long way. If he's not where you need him to be, a lot of men, I don't want to say they're babies, but a lot of
That's
men
why I say,
need
how men are.
they need that cheerleader. So okay, he's not where you need him to be. So encourage him. How do you encourage him? Exactly what Krystal said. Support him. If it ain't nothing detrimental to your family or you, support him. Encourage him. Yep. So then what do you do when you are trying to push someone away but he won't leave? Ooh.
Girl, I don't know. You're gonna have to change your number, block them from social media, and just, I mean, send them a text like, look, I'm done. There's nothing else here. We've tried. We just not gonna, I don't know, because that's hard, and then hopefully they take the message and do okay with it. That's a whole nother story, but just, I don't know, just try to get them, X them out as much as you can. Social media, phone numbers, blocking them, changing them, whatever it is you need to do, because people get weird.
Yeah. If it's to the point where it gets physical, obviously we recommend restraining orders, something like that. But
restraining order, yep.
Yeah, definitely not feeding that energy into a person. Eventually they'll, drift off, and hopefully it doesn't get to the point where you need a restraining order. So why do people carry emotional baggage onto their next relationship?
They probably haven't gave themselves enough time to get over a person.
Yeah.
The previous person sometimes is too close, jumping from relationship, dude to dude, girl to girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need that break to kind of focus on what it is you really want, what focus also, even though you're, in that break, you're thinking about what it is you want from the next person, but you also should be getting yourself together, because whatever you dealt with, you're bringing into the next relationship. So, sometimes you just need that period to kind of get some things together and figure out who you are and what you're looking for, or whatever toxic stuff you dealt with over there. If it's too
Mhm.
quick, it's definitely going to be brought into the next relationship.
Yep.
So yeah, taking a good break, detox.
Yeah, I don't agree with rebounds. Rebounds relationships, I feel like definitely are the ones who really carry that emotional baggage. So you got
Hmm.
another person you're dealing with too. Like, how long was it that they were even single before,
Yeah.
getting with you? Because that will tell a lot. Sometimes
Hmm.
people leave a relationship mentally and emotionally before they physically leave, but
Yeah.
that's not always the case. So some people just hop person to person. So you definitely
Yeah.
have to know the history of that person as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So is it hard being a wife and mother while running a business and working?
Mm. Look, I got a little cough.
Okay, take your time. They hit home, huh?
Yeah. I would say, hold on.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's hard.
Yep.
Um, but you do it because you have to.
Yep.
And women are heroes, so
Yeah.
we do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
My
Absolutely.
throat a little itchy, that's why I'm cutting it short. And I woke my baby up.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
But yeah, we do what we gotta do. So yes, it's hard, but I get through it.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
is what it is.
We do the best we can, especially when you got support. I'm not saying it's easier, but it's easier, if you got that support or people that believe in you that want to help take time and watch the kids or maybe cook
Hmm.
or something while you do the other portion of what you need to do. So,
You
yep.
have kids too. You have a kid.
Yeah, I have a 11-year-old. He'll be 12 in beginning of December.
Okay.
So, yep.
Oh, great. You don't have a baby.
No,
My
I'm
babies.
hopefully I'm done with it. It might be a man to come and make me want to restart all over. But
Mhm.
running that business, it's tough with
Mhm.
my son, and he's at the age where he can do a lot of things himself, and it's tough with just him. So having like younger kids, it I know it'd be stressful, or it would be hard. So I'm just like, okay, God, I might stick with this one. More power to the ones who have it. I'm like, y'all are strong because it's tough. So I don't know how
Mhm.
you guys even manage it with more than one.
I don't know either.
Yeah, Vanita, timing is definitely everything for sure. When it comes to meeting somebody or jumping back into a relationship, I agree. So we are going to ask our last question, guys. If you guys have a question for her, get that in, because we're going to end the live after this last question. So the last one is, how do you build faith in the man that you are with?
Hmm. God. You gotta pray about it. I
Yeah,
would say just pray about it. It don't come. It's not easy, and it's not something that's just gonna happen overnight. So, I'm a big prayer. I pray about a lot of stuff. So, just praying about it and waiting for an answer. Seeing things and believing and trusting your partner.
yeah,
Um, it that's just how it works.
yep,
You gotta trust. You definitely gotta trust them
yep,
and just see how it works out.
yeah. For those who aren't as I believe in prayer as well. For those who aren't into church or church going, whatever meditation you believe in or go by that brings you peace in your spirit, um,
Hmm.
I definitely believe you should go to that. Prayer is for me. I believe
Yeah, me
in
too.
the godly way. But you definitely have to pray about it because we have to remember you do not control another human being.
No, no.
So it's gonna take a higher power. For me
Hmm.
and Krystal, that is
Me too.
definitely
Yeah.
prayer. Because I can't do it. Be stressed. Her be
Yeah.
gone. Everything. So,
Say hurry.
man, her be gone. Like
Yeah, trying to
I
think
have a
about,
fade because
yeah.
yeah, I definitely prayer works. You gotta
Mhm.
sometimes you gotta even with dating, like I said, I'm not exclusive with anybody, but even in dating, if you have somebody that you like, oh man, I can see myself with, he's still a man. So you gotta put
Mhm.
that face somewhere else and let God handle the
Mhm.
parts of him that you can't, you know.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's my two
And that's,
cents.
yeah, that's a big part of my relationship. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I do a lot of praying.
yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that is the end of our session. I appreciate we made it through all the questions.
Oh, that was great.
I appreciate you coming on and willing to be just an open vessel. We
Mhm.
didn't even have a topic. You just like, let's do a Q&A. Forget it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were, like I said, the questions were awesome. They were respectful, they were mature, and it was hidden life lessons. So I love it.
Yeah.
Again, thank you. I know you say your baby woke up. Thank you
Yeah.
for giving us your time for this hour and a
Yes.
half.
I'll be
Again,
back.
I'll chat with you later because I do want to get you
Okay.
and your husband on at a later time.
Yeah.
Thank you, guests, for tuning in. Don't forget her caption, her her link and my links are both in the caption. So you guys, if you're not connected to her, go ahead, hit those links and get connected with her outside of this live. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I appreciate you guys, and we will talk to you
Yes.
later.